Hi, welcome back to Chow with Chow. I'm Katie, and today for the first time ever, we're making sticky toffee pudding. Sticky toffee pudding is a classic English dessert. It's a moist sponge made with dates and then drizzled with this gorgeous toffee sauce that you just want to bathe in. The first thing we need to do to start is get some dates. So I use medjool dates, and I buy them with the pits inside and just use a little paring knife and knock those little pits out. We want to pop them and cut them into little pieces. So these are fancy medjool dates, and the difference between fancy and regular dates are just that they're like a little softer, they have more requirements, so they have to be a little bit sweeter and tastier. So I prefer the fancy kind. So we're gonna toss this back into a little bowl. I have here some Earl Grey. We're gonna let these dates soak and soften up for a couple minutes while we work on the next part. Now the rest of the sponge is pretty simple. I have some light brown sugar and some butter. Mix those together. This is actually Paul Hollywood's recipe, staying along with the Great British Bake Off theme. And let's cream this together until it's nice and fluffy. It's starting to smell so good with the Earl Grey mixed with the dates. And we're gonna crack in 1.5 eggs. Now since we are just 2 people, we're gonna make a little bit of a smaller portion. And then a 1/2 egg. Not quite sure what I'm gonna do. All right, let's maybe scramble it a little bit. All right, we're gonna try to get 1/2 egg in there. Okay, 1/2, good enough. Now let's add our dry ingredients. We have some flour. This is self-rising flour. Whoops. This is self-rising flour, which has a little bit of baking powder and salt as a little rising agent. And then we have some baking soda. We're gonna mix that together. Okay, now we can either leave these dates whole like this into little pieces, or we can blend it up so it adds like a really creamy texture. I prefer to blend it up, so I'm gonna grab my immersion blender, and we're just gonna pulse it up until it's a nice mixy mix. Got my handy dandy immersion blender. Let's try not to make a mess. We have our date puree, and I'm just going to mix it into our batter. My gorgeous dark brown color. Okay, I just preheated the oven to 350 degrees, so as it's heating up, I'm going to scoop these guys into this muffin tin. Sometimes you can use like a pop-over tin, which is like tall and skinnier. That would have been really cute, but I couldn't find any of those, so I got this large muffin tin. But I'm thinking we'll make little individual portions. You could also bake this as a big square tin and just cut it into serving slices. But I think I like the idea of having little individual circles and little individual cups. Perfect, that's 350, and I did grease the pan, so hopefully it'll be easy to come out. We're gonna pop these in the oven for about 20 minutes or so until they get risen and beautiful. Ooh, and while that's in the oven, we'll start working on our toffee sauce. For our toffee sauce in a small saucepan, we're going to melt some butter. Now that it's all melty and gorgeous, we'll add in some brown sugar and some heavy cream. Getting nice and thick and bubbly, so I think it's ready. Turn off the heat. Ugh, gorgeous. And let's check on our cakes. Hello! Oh my gosh, they've risen so well. Let's take a little peek. Clean toothpick, amazing. All right, now while everything is warm, we're going to poke some holes into the cake. I know it's so beautiful. You don't want to damage it, but I promise it's worth it. poke some holes in the cake, and then we're going to just drizzle some of that gorgeous toffee sauce right on top while it's warm. And it'll soak right in. Oh, luscious. I mean, how could this be bad? So we want to get, not too much, but just kind of let it soak in so the cake is nice and sweet and moist. So this has been soaking for about 5 minutes, but it's still nice and warm. So I think we're ready to start plating. I just found this super cute little sauce pourer, so I thought it'd be adorable if I poured some of my toffee sauce in here. Oh, and it's gotten a little bit thicker as it's cooled. All right, now hopefully our pudding pops out. Ooh, very nice non-stick action over here. All right, I just want this guy to come out, so let's see if it works. Oh, yay! But how? A fork? There's no more forks! Oh no. Chopsticks! All right, chopsticks are a very useful kitchen tool. Turn him upside down. Oh, yes! Oh, adorable! Look at that sticky toffee pudding! And now for the final masterpiece, the toffee sauce. I'm going to just drizzle it right on top. Oh, yes. Oh, let it kind of come down the sides. Luscious. And I whipped up some cream, and then I think just a little dollop of whipped cream right on top. Ah! Ah! Okay, while it's still warm before this whipped cream slides off, I'm gonna go in there for a taste. Oh my gosh. Okay, first of all, what a gorgeous crumb on this cake. It smells amazing. So tender. Mmm. Mmm. Oh, the dates are perfect. Not too sweet. Ooh. Mmm. And the cake is so moist and fluffy. Mmm. Oh, it's amazing. I could go for some more toffee sauce. Y'all, Pa Hollywood knows what's up. This is so amazing. Thanks again for watching Chow with Chow. I hope you guys try this. Oh, amazing. Thanks again. See you next time.